Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Thursday, March 5th, 2026. So we're taking a look at SPX. We'll look at VIX and SPY. I'll show you some things that we pointed out in the Discord. I'll show you what I think is likely to happen with unemployment numbers going into tomorrow. So we'll do that on the 65-minute and keep it pretty simple. At this point, I do want to point out that TNX here, the 10-year Treasury rates is it's starting to head higher, and I think the big culprit for that is oil prices that is reaching up to 80 right now. So things are surging. Inflation seems to be in charge right now. So we're taking a look at that along with the market. I'm not going to show the actual charts of that. What we might look at is Bitcoin, because we're rejecting. We talked about Bitcoin rejecting yesterday, and we're getting that. So, all right. Sorry, just worked out. So we're looking at, we're doing this video at about 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. It's 99 cents. If you want to go one level up, get it while you can, because soon here, rates may be changing, but they're going to stay the same for people are going to be locked into their membership. So it's $4.99 to join as a YouTube supporter. So jump in here and as a YouTube member, and come check us out in the Discord. Love to see you there. And if not, then, jump out. All right. It's not much to ask for. It's just to support the channel. So we have SPX on the daily time frame. Where we left off. Okay. We're getting, nice size reversal here. And all these arrows, what I pointed out in the Discord was, notice that each high, and it's on the lower time frame. As a matter of fact, I'll jump straight down there and I'll go right back up. So yesterday I want to point out, hey guys, ever since this lower high right here, I was like, the market's getting weaker. It can't even get a new high. And I think that's still going to be the case, okay? There is some unfinished business here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we tag just a little bit higher. But I think what we're going to do is get a little bit of a bounce going into employment situation. And I'll show you why again, when we get back to the lower time frames. In the near term, what we're going to look for is a test of the lows here. We have this possible neckline. So we're constantly looking at that. It can come down, yes, as low as 6,400. I think the measured move is going to play out. You have this range that's right here. The measured move from top to bottom of that range is going to close this gap. All right, so you might get a reaction off the gap, but I think ultimately we test lower than that. Okay, I think this is going to be getting into a pretty extreme move here. When you have such tight price action for quite some time, then you'll look for either a breakout or breakdown, but you'll look for it to be a sustained move. All right. So another thing that I pointed out in previous videos was others are looking at this as a head and shoulders or diamond top. And the important part about this as a visual, traditional technical analysis trader, yes, the diamond should be up here. So I'm not going to draw it perfect. I don't want to waste your guys' time. So if you have your diamond, all we did was backtest that diamond. All right. You had this whole consolidation area, started to get weaker, fell out of it, held on to support, and backtested this consolidation. That's a simple way to put it. And we're dropping from that backtest, and we're dropping. Do we close back above the 6,800? That's going to be a big deal. I think we might. But that's going to be a big deal in itself. Where we close today. Does it show a sign of weakness and we close below? Well, then I suspect that we'll get straight follow through. Could get back up and then crap. But again, I'm going to show you on the 65 why I think we're going to bounce from this area right now. So quick look at the trend. We're losing the trend. Can't even get back above it. Ever since that pop right here, that random pop, we've basically been below the trend. All right, pushing off the 8 EMA. I suspect that we won't even tag above that anymore. You can see how it's starting to push price down. It's getting weaker. Everything's rolling over. We're pushing price to the downside. You have all of these dip buyers that keep coming in, and now they're getting weaker and weaker each time the bounce happens. I know it's a rip your face off rally there, but the extent of where it goes is getting lower and lower. Lower highs, lower lows. Market structure is changing. If you go, I do have a video on market structure if you want to talk about just that by itself. Some people just trade market structure, not even trend lines and stuff like that. You just getting lower highs, lower lows. Boom, boom. We'll call an oscillator getting weaker. Again, this isn't, to me, in this sort of setup, this is not a sign of, these are conditions. Oversold. Does that create the bounce? Sure, you can keep getting these bounces, but ultimately I think we're going to end up much lower. And then eventually with a positive divergence where we'll look for a reversal to the upside. Okay, now following up, and we do these videos each and every day, so make sure you hit that notification bell. It's kind of like a storyline. We talked about this consolidation. We had that pop out of here, and then it was a fake break. Came back to test this downtrend line, and it's continuing lower. All right, that's negative. We're not oversold yet. We have a lot more to go. And here's the same thing with the slow stochastic. With that bounce there, you see it threatening to go higher with the bull cross. Well, it's starting to fold back down. And I think this will cycle, not necessarily in a straight line, but all the way back to the other end. All right, the tailwind is to the downside, and you see the histograms growing here. And the MACD, you had the bearish cross once again. We're in bearish territory. It's a bearish posture, and you have tailwinds from the slow stochastic. You have a demarc. We're looking for the count to continue to the downside. We have a 4 count so far. I suppose we'll get that 9 count daily. And that would make a lot of sense. That's about 5 days out. For all of you that are in that individual membership, and we talked about cycles again today. I'll post those videos up top if you're interested in seeing them. I urge you to look at this. If we have 5 more days until we have an exhaustion sell, then where's price going to be? And then when is it going to be at? I think this matches up perfect. Bollinger Band. We're at that Bollinger Band bottom. Okay, this is starting to pull apart. All right, it's starting to expand, but we're still in that situation where we're hitting the bottom. Is that done? It's not a setup. You're not in the oversold territory. If we went down a little bit more, you'd get it. So no real setup there, especially with the market structure heading lower. I mean, unless you're scalping. Elliott oscillator starting to break to new lows. That's what I was talking about. It looked like a positive divergence, but then it started to break down lower here. And I think that'll continue in this red area for some time. Hopefully, when it gets really low and we start to see lower prices, maybe it'll give us a hint that either it's extreme or we get a positive divergence out of it. So we'll keep looking at that. Let's go to the VIX. All right, with the VIX contained in this channel so far, we're still, the momentum is up. You know, look where that sell-off came to. Now, we didn't make a new low from Monday when the cycle, daily cycle low and the minor cycle low window was open. That's when we made our low. Yes, you had the kind of a choppy zone here because we had the descending, we had the declining phase. Okay, so we're having a little trouble. But now the window's open for the declining phase to be done. And I think it proves it here, where we couldn't even get a new low, and we just peaked over that last bar. Okay, that's a signal that we're in this rising phase now. So watch out, be careful. That's not positive for the market. Let's go to IBIT real quick. Here's what we looked at. We looked at that 382 from this high here. We're looking for this market structure to complete. So we have a 1, 2, 3, and this was a large wave 4 because wave 2, rule of alternation, was much smaller. So we have a flat pattern. We have this A, B, C pattern right into the 382 retracement, and also, if you're just looking at a traditional technical analysis, right back into resistance. All right, we're looking for new lows. Okay, let's go to SPY on the lower time frame. We need to get this out to you and show just, it's rinse repeat of what happens here. Okay, so I drew the triangle. Okay, so this was another look. So we did this, maybe we did this yesterday. We had this consolidation area, a little bit better diamond, right? And what we did was we back tested that diamond and we broke down from there. Okay, it was also that 62% retracement. That's significant, and we broke down. Now, why are we holding right here? Because that's our significant bull bear line. All right, so we're holding on to that, and there's also another reason. And what you're going to do, let's get rid of this. Let's keep this all clean here. So what we're going to do in this near term, remember I said we had that lower high, lower high, lower high, just keeps on happening. Well, you have a downtrend line here as well. So I did add on protection right here, just so you know, because there is a little bit of room left here. And SPX did not. It missed this by $5. That tells me that there's a good chance that some sort of shenanigans can happen and we move up from employment. Maybe we have better numbers. And remember, the market always tops on better numbers. Maybe we have great numbers coming out and it gaps us up here, tags at 62, and then we still get that lower high, right? We can't get back above this 200 moving average. We hit this downtrend line, and then we break down from there. Does any of that have to happen? No, of course not. No, we can just get a lower high and continue. Okay, but I just suspect that is a possibility. And so what's another reason why the market's holding on to this 677 right here? What's significant about that? Well, let's draw, first of all, our equilibrium. That gives you a visual that bulls and bears are fighting, but let's draw our retracement tool as well. So you had these lows, and then you had the near-term high, and guess what? We made it to that golden pocket there. Let me get rid of the 50. So we made it right into the golden pocket, that 62% retracement, as well as a very major bottom here, horizontal support. So now the bulls are thinking, I told you, remember yesterday, that this looked like a straight line, that this looked like, this isn't going to go forever and make new all-time highs. You have to get a higher low. So the bulls aren't out of the game. Right? It's just they're skewed. Their probability is low because they're underneath all of the moving averages that are curling over. Now, it holds on to this level, the 62% retracement. The bulls have a setup. They have a 1-2 setup. All right? So they really, really have to hold, especially the lows here. But they really want to hold this golden pocket right here, right now, because they have the advantage with this support that has held things over and over and over. All right, so this is a really good spot to put on call protection if you're bearish and your bear swings. But then up here would have been your point when you would have wanted to put on put protection if you're in the swings, or if you're just now getting in. This is obviously where you want to get in as a bull. All right, I hope that helps. That's what we do in the Discord. We talk about hedging, we talk about different levels, and this has been choppy as all heck, but this is going to end so soon here. So soon. Could it end tomorrow? Well, look, we have an equilibrium. Maybe we go into some price action tomorrow, gap up, blah, 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 and we have a pause day Friday. All right, we could have followed, but I'm telling you, we're running out of time for breakout or breakdown. And so be ready for anything. Be ready for a pause, gap up, get down, and then react to it. That's why we do these analyses. That's why we do all of the setup here. When the market shows you its hand and it starts moving, that's when you react and put on your trades. Okay. All right, so let's do the indicators here, and we'll finish up with the VIX. So again, we're starting to lose. We're losing this trend. You start to see the trend curl lower. Moving averages, we looked at that. The 200 is the most important on here, and we continue to curl underneath it. Okay, now here's another reason why I think, hey, we're probably not. Now we have tons of room to the downside. This thing could gap down and go, all right? And then you can gain positive divergence later on. But being just such a short move going into major support, once again, we're already oversold, all right? Slightly oversold here. So why not come back a little bit higher, get a lower high, and then boom, all right? And you could start to set up something like an equilibrium here. And a lot of times I'll just do these on my regular screen and just give a guideline of where. Got that lower low there, higher low here, and now we're starting to form an equilibrium. We get a pop tomorrow. Then we'll probably see somewhere inside this triangle. So we'll see what happens going into there, and we'll follow up with that tomorrow. And the slow stochastic already cycled to the other end, right? So bulls should be cheering by now and say, hey, we're not dropping any further than this right now. We shall see. We want to see the cycle at least halfway and continue to a downtrend or a full cycle through, and then we'll look to add on to more puts and take off hedges and switch them over. So we had another bearish cross here, and we're looking for the continuation lower. We're in bear territory. Let's see where we go from here. Again, you could draw an equilibrium right there. Pretty good spot where price is getting tighter. All right. So, D-Mark. I can't quite see down there. 3, 4, 5 count. Nothing, no real setup. Bollinger Band, not even to the lower band yet. I mean, it's possible you come down here before snapping back, but no real setup from the Bollinger Band. Elliott Oscillator, still in the red. And here's what we talked about yesterday. We said, hey, we might get a little whipsaw there, but I think we'll stay majority into the red area. All right, so things are looking good with our game plan, and let's continue to follow that. And I'll let you know if anything changes. But here's the VIX. And what should the VIX look like? Well, first of all, we had this consolidation area, just like what SPX did. But SPX was 1 day later than the VIX. Okay? The VIX was showing their hand beforehand. Came to the consolidation area, held ground, and now is on the rise. Okay? So this still could test back to the 23 spot where we keep saying, and we did say in the past, we said how important it is to break out from the 23 spot. And it finally did. Came in back tested the consolidation instead of holding here. And so now that we're back over it, we want to see maybe a pullback. I don't know if it closes the gap or not. It looks like the gap already closed midday. Okay. So ideally to hold back at the 23, but you know how the VIX likes to do. It'll come all the way down here and give you a big wick as well. So let's see how 23 holds, especially on a daily basis. That's the more important. The 65 it's really tough, you know. But here we are, still back above 23, and let's see where we go from here. Okay, thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the Discord.